League Crawler podcast. I'm excited to have you here. I think this is episode number 21. I'm kind of losing count, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into some news, and then we'll get into our guests. We're going to have a fun show today. I'm really excited about the show. Some new community resources. There's going to be a link up on the page over at leaguecrawler.com. It's going to have some graphic templates. It's going to be available for you. This time, they're coming soon. I don't know exactly when they're going to be here, but Matt is working on some of that stuff. So anticipate if you're looking for something that you're like, hey, I don't really know how to do graphic art. I can edit some graphic art, but I don't know how to do it from scratch. We're looking to add some stuff over at League Crawler, so you have some of those things available to you. There's also looking like there's going to be an ESPN-style graphic wizard that lets you put up your team's scores, notes, anything else, and it will generate a graphic scoreboard for you. Matt showed me what it looked like the other day. It's pretty impressive. You just put some info in, and it pops something out for you. It's a pretty cool little feature. There's going to be more to come with some stuff like that. I know that Matt wants to put up like some publishing how-to do's, some tutorials, different things like that. So expect some of that stuff on the League Crawler site. I know that's an avenue that he's looking to hit. Speaking of Matt, there are 2 new articles on leaguecrawler.com, and they are a lot of fun. I know if you guys have been looking at some of the Madden 22 news, you've seen that each stadium has its own home field advantage. Matt has gone through and he's done the AFC and the NFC in 2 separate articles to kind of do some funny what those should be. I highly encourage it. They're hilarious. I think Arizona's was something to do with we are who we thought they were. It's some funny stuff. I highly encourage you guys to go there and check those out. And again, shout out to our Platinum Patreon members, Soden Bowl and SPA. We'll be doing another giveaway at some point. So shout out to you guys for continuing to contribute to what we're doing here. Let's get into today's guest. As you guys can see, it's going to be a different show. Typically, we get on commissioners. We get on guys that are working on games, guys that are doing some behind the stuff scene. But today we have a unique opportunity to talk to a guy that's going into the NCAA. He's a freshman going into Western Michigan. They're the 3-time MAC champs. His name is Tyson Lee. He's 6'3". He's 245 pounds. He's a defensive end. Buddy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing? Can you hear me good?
I can hear you great, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yo, no problem.
Michigan, how you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling stoked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great things have been going on through the collegiate level. The NLI policy now. People are able to, make money off their likeness, and I believe it's a huge step in the game for college. And I'm really excited to be able to go against Michigan. You know what I'm saying? This was an old school team that I used to love growing up, but they got to become my rival now for 1 week. So
That's right. And we're going to talk about that. I don't know if you've listened to the shows before, but I go in and I do a deep dive into about everything I can. And for you, I got into just about everything I possibly could. Now, you don't have a ton of things out there, brother, but man, your senior year, you had a pretty decent year. You were a top-ranked 40 player in Indiana. You had 6 tackles for loss, 3 sacks this year. You had 7 sacks last year. You had 5 quarterback hurries this year. You had a pick and a touchdown. Now, did you get the touchdown on the pick?
Oh yeah. I had
Take me through the play. What did that look like?
All right, so they moved me inside a little bit because the interior was getting blown up. So coach just told me to move at 3 tech. Getting 3 tech, we're coming off the line. The line slides down. I get a gap. My teammate knocks the ball down, see it in the air. I catch it. This is every fat man, big man's dream is to catch the ball right there. I didn't think I was going to be able to catch it. Caught it. I had green grass, and I just ran as hard as I could to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? I did jump into the end zone, and my coaches at Western, they didn't like that at all. They called me right after the game and was like, yeah, we seen your pick, but don't do that. Don't jump into the end zone again like that. I was like, okay, I got you.
Yo, I got to ask, man, because like I've had some of my boys. Now, you said big guys like to get their hands on the ball and get in the end zone. You're 100% right. Now, when I was growing up, I had the same thing, same position. And when he dove into the end zone, it was the most awkward looking dive that I've ever seen in my life. How was your dive into the end zone?
Hey, honestly, I did like a somersault into the end zone in a way, if you can picture that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, my man. Now, the site that I was on said you had offers from Ball State, Miami, Bowling Green, a couple others. You ended up going to Western Michigan. Why did you pick Western Michigan?
I picked Western Michigan because it felt like home. I'm from South Indiana, and it's not far away. And I was able to go up there and be able to really feel the culture. And I've just loved it ever since then.
Now you mentioned something that I kind of wanted to get into at some point, but because you brought it up, I'm going to bring it up now. You play Michigan week 1, bro.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Hey man, I've been in the big house before to watch the games. I went on a little visit before, but it's gonna be crazy, with the new vaccines and stuff like that. People are able to pack the stands as much as they can now, full capacity. It's gonna be a totally different environment, and for me to be a freshman going to that environment, it's a huge splash into a huge ocean.
Now I got to ask you, man. I was born in 1986. I'm 34, right? I played high school football. I did my thing. I never experienced something that you would have experienced last year with COVID. Can you kind of tell us what that experience was like as a senior trying to get a scholarship, trying to go places, and you now are dealing with something that nobody can give you advice on how to deal with? This is brand new. What was that entire experience like last year?
It was definitely very different. It was a huge mind game because, being an athlete, your whole life you have fans at every game. If
Mm-hmm.
it's parents, if it's your aunties or uncles, you always have a fan there. And to have very limited fans or no fans at all, it was a huge mental game. And coming from the school side of it, taking online classes every day and getting adjusted to that was a totally different ball game to me. And I had to adjust to that. And I adjusted very well in the end of it, but it was a huge mental game.
Now you go into college. I'm not sure exactly what the COVID protocols are looking like. Are they allowing you guys to get into dorms, or is it more than one person per dorm? Like, what's this all looking like right now as a freshman going into the college atmosphere?
So it's semi-normal. You gotta wear your mask still and stuff like that because I'm in Michigan. Still gotta wear your mask in closed spaces and stuff like that. But it's close to normalcy as it can. We get tests and stuff like that all the time, and we can't do certain things as much. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get in the cold tub because we got to take like tests and stuff like that for it, so we don't spread the virus. But it's as close as normal as we can get it to be. And later on down the road, when we do, more people get vaccinated and stuff like that, we'll be able to do more things freely.
So football, my guess, is about to start up. I'm assuming you guys are doing some kind of training at the moment. What are these days looking like? You wake. Give me the life of what a college athlete looks like right now, because I know the other day it was just posted. You guys just got onto campus, from my understanding, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now this is about to go down. What time are you waking up? What is your day looking like? How are you preparing for Michigan coming up on September 4th?
Well, we wake up. I wake up about 6 in the morning. Take my little walk to the stadium, get dressed and stuff like that. Take my walk to the stadium. I get breakfast before. Good banana, a nice little some juice, a little protein bar, and like a Nature Valley bar. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to eat too much before the workout. I didn't know what he was gonna do. And we get dressed and stuff like that. And I'm starstruck because I'm next to my like Western Michigan idol, Ali Fayyad. He's not here yet, but it's kind of cool that. But I just gotta get used to that, not being a fan. But
Mm-hmm.
going there and getting dressed and stuff like that, and being in the weight room officially, you know what I'm saying, not being on a visit or something like that, and actually about to work. It was cool. And we always talk about plus three, because we already have 3 MAC championships. We're trying to get more than that. We're trying to get 4. So then we add on the 4. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to implement that extra finish. We have to finish because last year we had a pretty good season. Fantastic, strong beginning of the year, but at the end we kind of fell out the pot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And this year we're really implementing finishing strong, and that's the biggest thing we're working on right now. But the biggest and another thing we're working on for Michigan is just not seeing them, just seeing them as another opponent. You can't look at them and think Big Ten and all that stuff, because you're gonna get starstruck and too much in the sauce. So we're just taking it as them just another opponent to play against and to get better against.
No, I agree with you, man. That's the way that I would look at anybody. I don't care who. I don't care if it's Alabama. You punch anybody hard enough in their mouth, they're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
anybody's gonna get out there as long as. My best advice to you, and again, this isn't anything that you probably haven't. I would just continue to do the things that got you here. And when I ask you this next question, I want to kind of piggyback off that. I'm gonna have some listeners here that are looking at this and be like, "Yo, I want to play college ball. Like,
That's
I want to
good.
go." What is your advice to those guys?
Just stay on top of your stuff, man. Cause if you're gonna get doubted, everybody hates people who work hard and have a clean slate. They hate those type of people because they're squeaky clean. They can't be that. You have to stay on top of your stuff, keep your head down, and just work. Because at the end of the day, your athleticism can only take you so far. Once you master your craft at what you do great, that's how you get your leverage over everybody else. It's that extra stretch. It's that extra work. That going after a practice and going to work on your craft, that's the extra step. So you always have to just give that extra mile because everybody can go, 10 yards. Everybody can run 10 yards if the coach says run 10 yards. But can you actually run for 12 yards, 13 yards, finish extra strong? And that's what I would really say for, everybody listening up right now.
I had when I was playing ball, I used to create this make-believe person in my head, and I would be like, well, that guy's out there working, so I got to get out there working. And I always was getting outworked by this person that I made up in my head. So I'm similar in my mindset that as long as you keep grinding, you're going to outwork just about everybody. But I try not to actually see somebody and compare myself to somebody. I'd rather just make somebody up and make him look like Superman. Be like, yo, that's the dude I'm competing against. I really know. Having said that, playing college football is going to be a completely different experience, especially where you're playing ball at Western Michigan. It's going to be a completely different experience than what you dealt with in high school, right? Now, at high school, you were a big dude. You a top 40 prospect in all of Indiana. My guess is around your campus, people knew who you were, right?
Yeah.
Now you're walking into a locker room with dudes that this is not your campus. Like this is at some point it might be. What is the difference in your mindset going from a high school atmosphere where you are the man to I'm trying just to see the field on Saturdays?
It's definitely going to change, and that's the thing I was really preparing myself for was to get my mental stronger because like you said, back at my high school, everybody knew me. I'm like a city celebrity in a way, if you want to say that. And here everybody's done what they did in their city. They're their best in their city, or they're the best in their state. You know what I'm saying? And I have to know that because I'm not a big fish in a little pond anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a totally different area now where everybody was great where they came from. So my mentality really was just try to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Be the hardest worker you can. Because I know when you get to this level, athleticism takes over a lot of stuff. It does. But once you have that hard work and he doesn't, that helps you get on the field a little bit faster at times.
I agree with you. Now, one of the things that we touched on Michigan a little bit, and I want to finish with Michigan with this one. I just saw that recently they had a 4-star recruit named Jaden Denagle, who is now potentially going to be their starting quarterback. Now, I don't think they've announced a starting quarterback yet. Does that really matter for what you guys are doing, or is it just like, yo, we're going to focus on what we're going to do, and whoever they play is what it is?
I mean, nah, we're gonna come out there. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I heard some rumors about JJ McCarthy, maybe, if he gets up there early, you know what I'm saying, getting there, or Cade McNary. It just depends. We don't really know, but we are just worrying about us right now. Just holding our craft and getting better every single day. And whoever they put out there, we're gonna try to get after them. I'm gonna try to get after them if I get, enough clock. And we're just gonna treat them as, such, like they're like Miami, Ohio, or something like that.
Now, how many days have you been over at Western Michigan so far?
This will be day 2 now.
Has anybody reached out to you yet that's been a part of their program so far and been like, yo, I'm somebody's shoulder you can lean on, ask me any questions you got?
Oh, Ken Aguirre, man. He has been fantastic. D tackle for Western Michigan. He's been a great person for me, you know what I'm saying? He's contacted me multiple times asking if I need anything, if I need to ask him for anything, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be like a sponge, you know what I'm saying? Asking him for anything and trying to figure out what moves does he like to do on this part, or what does he like to do on, in this situation or against this type of guard or this type of tackle, and just trying to learn the game as fast as I can so I can have that, step ahead of a lot of other people in my class. But he's been a huge, huge person right now for me right now at Western. And also Ali Fayyad, we haven't talked as much, but I like watching his film because we're kind of comparable in size. And he's a great football player, a great defensive end, and potential NFL player. I know he's an NFL prospect, but potential drafted NFL player. And those are probably the 2 guys that help me out the most right now.
The reason that I asked that, and this is why Matt even allows me to do this show, is because it will transition into our first sponsor, right? And our first sponsor is going to be SpaceTradr.com. SpaceTradr.com is a place that business owners can go to, and they can work with other owners to kind of continue establishing their own business, right? So let's furniture shop, and I'm like, yo, I want to get my furniture shop out there, but my website is terrible. Like I've got poo poo magoo websites, right? But I go on to SpaceTradr.com and I see that there's somebody out there. It's like, yo, we do all of these awesome websites, but we need a chair. I'm like, yo, brother, I'll send you out a chair if you can help me with my website. And we kind of team up, and both our businesses kind of grow because we're working together. That's what SpaceTradr.com is. So for anybody out there that's like, yo, the pandemic's almost over, I'm trying to start this new business, I'm trying to get out there and do something, head over to SpaceTradr.com, get your info out there, and see if there's ways that you can help others, and see if there's ways that people can reverberate that and help you. If we all help each other, I think we're all going to kind of grow a little bit. SpaceTradr.com, awesome place to go.
Oh yeah, go to Space Trader, man. They got all the stuff you need, man.
Yo, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That let's get into the reason that I even know you. Now, before I knew that you were playing ball, we were playing in leagues together. I believe we were Mo's, a couple other different things. How are you viewing right now the state of gaming with football?
Man, it's a love-hate relationship, man. The Maddens definitely huge love and hate relationship. I love the leagues. I love how it brings people together, you know what I'm saying? They're competitive people out, you know what I'm saying? I love it. I play my boys all the time on the game now. It's just, like there's so many things I could say, like the engine, how it runs. They try to do so different things. Like I remember that one year they had that one Frostbite engine, and it was just horrendous. Like I don't know, man. It's a love and hate relationship, honestly. But I will say this: I wonder it's gonna be a huge thing how they do NCAA, because if they're going to have, their own team and not use the same engine as Madden's, or they're going to use Madden's engine and just kind of, kind of build a block on top of it. I don't know. That's going to be very interesting. And now with the NLI policy now that players can be in games and stuff, I wonder how quick that process is going to be, because I know by 2023 it's supposed to be out, but how quick this has gone. And I hope, they don't use the Madden engine, they use their own team and stuff like that. Cause I love playing the old NCAA 4 teams and scouting teams and, scouting players and stuff, and picking Idaho and trying to make them a franchise, a build a black team or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I miss those days, but that's like Madden is just a huge love and hate relationship though. It's so much I can say about Madden, man.
Have you had the opportunity to play the Madden 22 beta yet?
Yes, I have. I was able to play it. It's not too bad. It's just I like the home stadium stuff. That seems like a pretty cool thing, because they got that in 2K kind of with the little takeover stuff, momentum stuff. So I kind of like it a lot. It seems like it's a new direction. It's going to a new direction with the gaming and stuff like that. But I need more stuff in franchise, man. Like, I need more stuff in franchise, and not just this recycle, wash, repeat type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I like the coaching carousel. It's nice, but it was already in the game. Why did you take it out in the first place?
Well, I can tell why they took it out. Just for inside knowledge, is when the game transitioned from Xbox to the latest system, a lot of that data couldn't be transferred over, so they had to almost start from scratch. So everyone's like, why are all these things gone? It's because they couldn't be there, right? And as they grew from that moment, their franchise mode wasn't the thing that everyone was going towards. A lot of people wanted the MUT thing. A lot of people wanted the ability to create your own teams and do these things. So that's kind of where Madden went, because they didn't have anything to compete with anybody for stuff like that, right? But I think now that they've gotten their feedback, and from the information that I know, I'm really excited with where franchise is going. I know that September's got an update that will take scouting and make it exactly like what NCAA used to be, where it's regional. You get to put different scouts in different areas. They have different overalls based on how good they are. So I'm very encouraged with that. I'd still like to see contracts updated at some point. My guess is they get to a year or two. But But I am encouraged with where they're going with the Madden 22 franchise. Now, with what I know about NCAA is pretty much the same thing I think that you've just said, where I'd like to see them. I don't know if I believe they're going to use the same engine. I don't see why they would use a different engine, especially when they want the games to work together at some point where players go from one to the other.
Yeah.
You're going to want those overalls to match up pretty much going into the next game where it coincides with the other. So my guess is they're going to use the same engine. I do hope they put a new team out there to work on the game so that the game plays differently. And I'd really like to see NCAA and Madden start competing against each other in a way that Madden and Madden and 2K used to do.
Yes. I would love to see that because that would bring the best out of Madden. Because we've seen the best out of Madden. Now, the best Madden was probably – it wasn't even probably a Madden game. It was probably the 2K one. The last 2K NFL football game was probably the best NFL game that ever came out, honestly, because it was so detailed. And it was in the competition. You know what I'm saying? Competition between these businesses brings out the best out of everybody. And I honestly feel like if they can, like you said, compete with each other, it would be great for the gamers and great for the companies as well. Now, would they be, would Madden like that because they're they have a monopoly right now? They probably wouldn't like that. But if they see how, everybody wants to just have the same piece, they want to have some NCAA, they want to have some Madden. I really feel like that would really bring the best out of both teams on that.
I agree with you. Now, let's get into some NCAA. It's going to be something that you're going to be a part of. But I have a question before we break into this. In your opinion, in your lifetime, who would you say is the greatest college athlete you've ever seen?
Oh, I've seen a person?
Or no, on TV, wherever. When you look at it and be like, that's the greatest college player I've ever seen play football.
Mm-hmm. I probably have two. And I might be kind of biased, but I probably got two. I have Cam Newton, the Auburn season.
Mm-hmm.
And probably Jabril Peppers before he left for college.
Right, when he was over, both phenomenal. Now, the reason I ask that is because I don't think that you would even be old enough to remember what Reggie Bush did in college.
Now, I know some of it. I'm not, I wasn't able to watch it because, like you said, I wasn't old enough to really pay attention to football like that. But no, Reggie is definitely one of the top tier, most. I wouldn't say most dominant, but most fun to watch players, most electric college players ever. And
yeah, I think he's one of the scariest guys I've ever seen with cleats on his feet. It's ridiculous what he could do. The reason I bring him up is Reggie took $300,000 under the table at some point, and that's why they took his Heisman, and they're not allowing him to make money off these likenesses and things like that, right?
Yeah.
You are entering into a brand new era, right? Where players are now going to get the opportunity to get paid. You may see your likeness in the new NCAA game at some point. What are your thoughts? Because there's no one you can go to that's going to tell you this is what you should do. This is brand new. What are your thoughts as this is starting to unravel?
My thoughts really right now are to start small, honestly. I don't want to get into the big game of things, and I'm not there yet to get in the big game of things, to be honest. But some local things back in South Bend, I would love to do, like, be in a sponsorship with like my trainer or something like that, represent his stuff, maybe like a nice little store or something like that back home. But I'm really trying to start off with the small things and stuff like that. But I want to learn. Do I get a piece, of that money when the NCAA game does come out? I don't know how that's going to work. I believe we would get like a piece, maybe like $100 or something like that in the mail. But I would love to know how that works, and they haven't really broken that down to us fully yet. They sent an email out and told us, it's been passed and stuff like that. But they really haven't given us the full rundown of everything, and I need to get that full rundown. But I would love to start off with just small little places and stuff like that.
Now I'm gonna pretend, because I know no one's negotiating or anything, right? But let's have some fun with this. I'm gonna be on. Let's say EA gets the exclusive, okay? Because I'm assuming that they will.
Yeah.
I don't know why NCAA wouldn't do that. I know everyone's like, well, then they have two games that are competing like that. No. I don't think people understand. EA does not want to compete. Like they're going to try to get the exclusive, or they're just going to threaten to not do it, and then you can't attach it to Madden, and no one's going to do that. So I anticipate EA gets it. Now, moving on from that, I come to you and I'm like, yo, Tyson, I'll give you the game for free for every year that you're in it. Do you accept that?
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
See, that's kind of where I would be with it too. Like if I were in that spot, because I know a lot of people like, no, I'm gonna hold out. I'm not gonna hold out. They're just gonna create a fake person and just put some guy out there. Like, yeah, if they're gonna tell me I can get the game for free, hell yeah, give me the game.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like people, I know, I've been hearing people seeing on Twitter and stuff. People talking about like the players, if they don't get a cut of it, they shouldn't, have their player in the game. I'm like, I don't really need. I don't need. It would be nice to have that money, but I don't need it. If I'm able to get the game and for the PS5 that I have, I'll be cool. What's your time?
Did they work down here?
I think so. Yeah, they went down there.
Yeah.
But I would love to just get the game for the PS5, be able to play every year that my face is in the game. Like,
I agree with you 100%. I would be on board with all of that. Now, having said that, everybody that's a rookie at the moment, like they go into the game of Madden, they're like, yo, my overall is going to be like an 82. And they're like a 71 or like a 68 because that's how Madden does the thing. If I were to tell you right now, predict to me, and I'll give you $100, what your overall would be this year in NCAA. If the game came out, what would you say your overall would be?
Man, my overall in NCAA as a freshman, I'll probably say I'm a smooth. I ain't gonna hype myself up. Smooth little 70 overall. What up, QB1? Smooth little 70 overall. You know what I'm saying? 99 QB. Hey, QB said 99. So if he said I'm 99, I'm 99. But
yo, love.
Yeah.
That is a lot of love. All right. Yeah. Before I let you go, man, I want to get into a couple different things. When I go over to your Twitch, because we're going to promote everything that you got going on. Yo, you're playing a lot of Call of Duty, brother. Are you getting some wins?
Oh no, I dabble in the Warzone a little bit. I was thinking about, setting up a little Twitch account, you know what I'm saying? Playing a little Warzone, being in my leagues and stuff like that. I'm pretty decent. I try to get my wins, man. I be carrying. I hope my teammate don't come in here because he gonna try to blast me about it. But I be carrying sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Cool little.
And the screen looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you got your cam up there for people that don't know. Like, if you guys want to go check somebody out, it's a good follow, man. I try to heat it up every time I see you on. But for anybody that's not following you out there, you guys need to get on this. For anybody that doesn't know, it's @Lee_TV on Twitch. His Twitter is @official_Tyson9. The Instagram is Tyson D1 Lee. And if you guys want to watch him on Saturdays, my dude's going to be playing at Western Michigan.
Hey, I appreciate that. Honestly, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Brother, I want to wish you luck for everything you got going on. We'll stay in contact. Hit me up if you ever need anything. But the League Crawler family is behind whatever you're doing. If you ever need anything, make sure to reach out.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back in some. I'm in a league right now, I think. I'm trying to stay on top as much as I can, but the Wi-Fi, man, it's just so bad here at the summer dorms. I be lagging. I can't even play my games for real. You know what I'm saying? But
that may be an intervention from up above to keep your head in the game on the field, not the game on the TV.
I think that's it.
Brother, work hard, and I promise you, if you give it everything you got, you're going to go places, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Guys, that is Tyson Lee, 6'3", 245-pound defensive end freshman going to Western Michigan. He is on Twitch. He is in the Madden community. We at League Crawler are going to do everything we can to help follow him and hope that his dreams are realized. Tyson, man, good luck to you. Guys, we will see you next week.
Thank you.